Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this April 13th, 2023. I hope everybody's having a great Thursday out there so far. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Alrighty. In today's video, we'll talk about the watches, morning advisories, weather radar, also the Storm Prediction Center outlook for day 1, 2, and 3. And I want to thank all my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to my channel and supporting my channel as well. New viewer, hit that subscribe button and you'll be in. You get my daily weather forecast content. Love to have you. So don't hesitate to subscribe. Smash that subscribe button. Love to have you. Alright, like these videos and share these videos, and let's get on into the forecast, and we're going to get the show on the road. Alright, we got a bunch of fire weather watches in effect for portions of Vermont, also into New York, and also down toward the Connecticut area, Boston area, Maryland, also back over toward West Virginia, Tennessee, Ohio, and all the way back in Illinois, also down here in West Texas, southeast New Mexico. We have a bunch of red flag warnings in effect for Michigan, all the way through Wisconsin, back down into portions of Iowa, Kansas, Nebraska, also back into eastern Colorado, northern Texas, western Oklahoma, back all the way into southeastern New Mexico and southern Arizona. We have some hydro issues over portions of the Great Lakes region around the Michigan area, Wisconsin, all the way back over northern Minnesota, most North Dakota, and also over here in portion of Wyoming, and also portion of Montana. We have some flood warnings over North Dakota, also some flash flood advisories over a portion of Minnesota as well, and also in Wisconsin, also in Montana. Also we have let's see, winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings over Montana, and also into eastern Iowa, and also northwest Wyoming, also southern Wyoming as well. Also we have some pockets of wind advisories over portions of California. Clear across Alaska, so some freezing rain spray possible offshore, and some gale warnings around the Hawaiian chain island as well. Alright, let's take a look at the weather radar now. We're taking a look at, there's that little system spinning over Mississippi, bringing in a band of precipitation off the Atlantic, moving northwest. So, and also some scattered activity over South Carolina and Georgia, also down toward the Cuba area as well, and also into Tennessee, and also back into Louisiana and Arkansas. We have more shower activity over here in portion of New Mexico, over towards Arizona and Utah, and also portion of Kansas, South Dakota, North Dakota. And also move on to the next map here. We're taking a look at the Storm Prediction Center. This is for day 1. Oh, see, there it is, the marginal risk in the green, slight risk in the, dark green, that is marginal risk, slight risk in the yellow, enhanced risk in the yellow-orange. We have a general thunderstorm through northern Minnesota, through north and South Dakota, all the way back into Texas. Got a little marginal risk from North Texas all the way into Kansas. Also general thunderstorms over portions of Utah and also portions of Colorado as well, and also back over to northern Idaho, northeast Washington State, and northwestern Montana. Alright, the marginal risk, this includes the area of Atlanta, Georgia, Birmingham, Alabama, Orlando, Florida, Amelia, Texas, and Hollywood, Florida. The slight risk, this includes Jacksonville, Florida, Miami, Florida, Haley, Florida, Montgomery, Alabama, Columbus, Georgia. The enhanced risk, this includes Albany, Georgia, Valdosta, Georgia, Amaris, Georgia, Tiffin, Georgia, and Waycross, Georgia. Let's see the tornado probability for today. We have a 5% in the green. 2% in the green, 5% in the brown, 10% in the yellow. Excuse me about that. The highest chance, the 10%. This is include Albany, Georgia, Valdosta, Georgia, Marist, Georgia, Tiffin, Georgia, and Waycross, Georgia. 5%. This is Montgomery, Alabama, Columbus, Georgia, Dalton, Alabama, Warner Robins, Georgia, and Auburn, Alabama. And the 2% is Jacksonville, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia, Birmingham, Alabama, Haley, Florida, and Orlando, Florida. And let's take a look at the wind probability now. We have 5% brown, 15% over the Florida and all the way back in Alabama, and also 5% over here in Nebraska, Kansas, and Texas, and eastern Colorado. And the 5% area include Atlanta, Georgia, Birmingham, Alabama, Orlando, Florida, Amelia, Texas, Gainesville, Florida. 15% risk. This is Jacksonville, Florida, Miami, Florida, Haley, Florida, Montgomery, Alabama, and Columbus, Georgia. And let's take a look at the hail probability. We have 5% in the brown, 15% in the yellow. 15% is the Jacksonville, Florida, Deltona, Florida, Daytona Beach, Florida, Port Orange, Florida, and Titusville, Florida. And then 5% is Miami, Florida, Haley, Florida, Montgomery, Alabama, Columbus, Georgia, and Fort Lauderdale, Florida. All right, let's move on to day 2. We have a marginal risk over the Carolinas and southern Virginia, and also over here a portion of southern Minnesota, Iowa, and all the way back into Texas. This includes Oklahoma and Kansas and Nebraska, and also we have a slight risk in the Kansas, Nebraska, and northern Oklahoma area. General thunderstorms over the remainder of the forecast area of Minnesota, back in the portion of Colorado, northwest Arizona, and also northeast Arizona, northwest New Mexico, southern Texas, and also general thunderstorms also in Arkansas and Missouri, Iowa as well. And the marginal risk, this includes the areas of Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Charlotte, North Carolina, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and Omaha, Nebraska. And the slight risk, this includes Wichita, Kansas, Lincoln, Nebraska, Topeka, Kansas, Salina, Kansas, and Manhattan, Kansas. And let's take a look at the tornado probability. Okay, it's less than 2% in all areas. The winds, 5% in the brown, 15% in the yellow over here. And the 5% area, this includes Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Charlotte, North Carolina, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and Omaha, Nebraska. 15% is Wichita, Kansas, Topeka, Kansas, Salina, Kansas, Manhattan City, and Hutchinson, Kansas City. Or Kansas, excuse me. Alright, the hail probability, 5% in the brown still, 5% over here in the plains to Texas, also 15%, and also the slashed area, that's the highest significant for hail. That includes Wichita, Kansas, Lincoln, Nebraska, Salina, Kansas, Manhattan, Kansas, and also Grand Island, Nebraska. 15% is Wichita, Kansas, Lincoln, Nebraska, Topeka, Kansas, Salina, Kansas, Manhattan, Kansas. 5% include Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Charlotte, North Carolina, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and Omaha, Nebraska. And let's take a look at day 3 outlook. As you can see, we have general thunderstorms from pretty much Minnesota back into Texas, all the way to Georgia, the Carolinas, all the way back into portion of the Northeast, including New York City and Maryland area. Also, we have a marginal risk in the darker green, slight risk in the yellow. And the marginal risk, this includes Chicago, Illinois, Houston, Texas, Madison, Wisconsin, Jacksonville, Mississippi, and Aurora, Illinois. And a slight risk is Memphis, Tennessee, St. Louis, Missouri, Shreveport, Louisiana, Little Rock, Arkansas, and Springfield, Illinois. And let's take a look at the probability. It's 5% in brown, 15% in the yellow, and the yellow slashed area, that's the significant severe weather would be. That includes Shreveport, Louisiana, Little Rock, Arkansas, Bossier City, Louisiana, North Little Rock, Arkansas, Pine Bluff, Arkansas. 15% is Memphis, Tennessee, St. Louis, Missouri, Shreveport, Louisiana, Little Rock, Arkansas, and Springfield, Illinois. And the 5% includes Chicago, Illinois, Houston, Texas, Madison, Wisconsin, Jackson, Mississippi, Aurora, Illinois, and surrounding areas. Okay. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Everybody continues to stay safe and well. Enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. And we will catch you back in the next video.